Make yourselves at home, guys. Grab a seat if you can there.
Mike, what's a dressing room with full of smiling dads means? You don't know how much you miss your dad.
Just think about what way can you thank your parents for what they've done for you? Because you wouldn't be here without parents, I can tell you that. It's a way to share and to say thank you. Just enjoy it, because before long your dad's not here. And yeah, I mean, you still get to talk to him every day, but it's not the same thing.
They're role models and mentors throughout our whole lives, and I think it's important for them to get a bit of the spotlight and just see how things work and see where they've gotten us. For them, it's just important to have a bird's eye view. You should have a good time and hopefully watch your sons get a few wins as well.
My mom sent me a text yesterday letting me know that my dad took a couple hours at least to pack his bags and making sure he's bringing all the right stuff and looks up to par, I guess. Getting him to actually be in here and be with the guys and go through the meeting before practice was pretty cool. I know that this is his dream growing up, so giving him this little glimpse means a lot to me.
I remember when he was young, I would go around and tie all the boys' skates in the dressing room, and during the NHL strike, Curtis Joseph was standing beside me tying his son's skates. And you think, gee, you know what, some kids make it. So I said, it won't be because of me not wanting him to get there. So if he has the drive and desire to do it, I'll be all on board for him.
We were at the rink 24/7 nonstop. I mean, I don't know if my parents would want me saying this, but they probably completely gave up their social life to make sure that my sister and I, we had the food we needed, getting the sleep we needed, and anything that could help us get that extra edge over any of our competition, they made sure they were helping us get it. I remember asking my dad probably every day, if not every other day, what are the chances of me making it? He knew that if I loved the game and if I worked hard and never stopped, that I would eventually get here.
I found out that there's a potential that Justin might be called up at about noon. He and Sparks are coming home from the break.
Once again, both these guys are doing a great job.
And then about 4:30 is when we got the call from Justin saying, I'm in. Anytime that you can just get to the lofty ground of playing an NHL game, you say, this is a dream come true. I just hope he shows.
It was crazy. I had chills and goosebumps for 5 minutes after I saw our names up there. Went back to my locker, shot him a text, let him know that we're together, and the little line we always had was, it makes too much sense, because somehow whenever we play together, we play really well. So it made too much sense for us to be a D pair in the NHL.
It has not been a linear path for him. It hasn't been as grooved as some other players. And in some ways, you wish it would happen faster, but in other ways, there's really a maturity burned in by having to persevere and continue to go through some of those moments of uncertainty as to whether anybody's going to believe in you and give you the shot.
The initial rush I don't remember too much of, which is probably a good thing, because I kind of messed up and lost the puck, turned it over.
Up in the corner.
You got to find something to do the rest of the shift to kind of make up for it. Just kind of reached with a prayer to try stripping of the puck, and I ended up getting it. And then Willie just grabbed it right off of me. I knew Willie was going to put it there for me, and I just started swinging.
And that is NHL goal #1 for Travis Dermott. He was so happy this morning talking about his dad being on this trip. A standing ovation right now for the youngster.
Of course, Travis gets his goal, and Justin and Travis are like that. Only to have it replayed, a period later.
Here comes Hall in over the line. Hall scores! Justin Hall with his first National Hockey League goal in his first National Hockey the Leafs, a couple of rookies get their first NHL goal. Freddie Anderson picks up his 4th shutout of the year, the 14th of his career.
You can't write it up any more perfect than this, having Halsey here. With this all coming together like this, you can't really put words to it. It's just a feeling that you'll remember forever.
Oh, man. How are you? Last few. All right, boys. Ready?
You just want him to play well and show that he can play at that level, and then it's the icing on the cake. You just can't make this story out.
Going through the numbers, 265 games as a minor league defenseman. This had to feel so special as it all came together for you tonight.
Yeah, definitely. It felt great. You know, obviously playing your first NHL game is something special, and to be able to...
John Gardner started texting at the end of the game, "You got to get here." And then my phone starts lighting up at about 11 o'clock at night. You know, we'd really love to have you join the Fathers. Do you have plans for the next couple days? Is that something you could do? And in about 15 minutes, I was going to be on a morning flight out of Minneapolis to LaGuardia.
My first dad's trip, I had no idea what it was going to be like. We got on the plane, and you know what those planes are like. You run in, you sit down, and you're in the air in about 5 seconds. And Jake didn't prepare me for it, so I was like, oh my God, it was crazy. And the bonding with the dads, we got to know a lot of those guys so well, and we kind of know the deal, and we laugh. Like Dermott last night, the kid scores that goal, and it was just like, oh my God, I remember this so well. I put myself in his shoes. I think this is magical for this kid and the dad. Now Jerry Hall's joining us today, who skated in our backyard growing up there, so it's like, oh my God, now they're in Madison Square Garden. You can't make it up.
What a great group of guys. They were just nothing but open arms, ingratiating. I feel like the new kid in class, because all the parents who've been around each other, and I'm introducing myself and you're trying to remember names, you're just really excited because you get to see an NHL hockey game. I didn't need it and want it for me, but when that's their aspiration and that's their drive and that's what their ambition is, when you see a kid do that, that's when it's meaningful to a parent.
And now Nylander picks it up, banks it back for Dermott. Travis Dermott spins and shoots with a couple of legs in front. And now Dermott holds, plays it across for Hall. And Hall fires, scores! Justin Hall off the post and in. And he's the first defenseman in Leafs history to score in his first 2 National Hockey League games.
Man, his dad is going to lose his mind up there. Back-to-back nights, his boys on the board. 2 goals in 2 games for Justin Hall.
I didn't know that he'd get here. I didn't have doubt that he could play here. But when you get your shot, you're just so excited because you say, that's what you really ask for. Just keep playing your game. Just go do your thing. Do what you can control. And then let the chips fall where they will.
And a happy Robert McElhinney looks on. The Leafs dads are the good luck charm for them.
The experience, just the elation, all that goes with it, and have your dad here to see you do it.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, he wasn't able to get to the game yesterday, so it's really nice to have him here. And I'm sure he's having a lot of fun with all the dads up in the box, so it was nice to get him out here, and it'll be good to see him right now.
Halsey, congrats.
Thanks, Mo.
First Leaf to do it, back-to-back D-men.
Wow, that's exciting. Yeah.
9 defensemen at the morning skate here today.
2 important guys are coming back, Hainsey and Morgan Riley. And so the kids are, they've gotten their chance. They've made a big splash.
Travis Dermott will remain in the lineup. Will not be the case for Justin Hall.
Anybody else looking for a swing?
After being away from it, you're obviously excited to get back and, you want to make a difference. The team's been playing well lately.
This is my 5th Father's trip, and the first one was when Morgan was 19. We would not trade this event for anything, right? We all love coming being with our sons and having fun with everyone, and we're very lucky to be here.
The trip's fantastic. The dads are one incredible bunch of beauties, I call them, because you see the pride that they have in their son, and you talk to the kids, and they've been so well brought up. And then you talk to the dads, you say, okay, that's at least part of the way they got there.
I think this was a great way to start our second half with all the dads here, and being able to see kind of how everyone came up and how everyone's from all these different places and coming together and try to have one goal together. And it's cool being able to play for them, and having the dads here at the start of the second half I think was really big, and going forward hopefully we can keep the momentum going.